All right, welcome back to the Battle of Sexes, where we argue over different topics. So, with all that said, let's go.
Thing is, women don't want good men
But wait,
because
hold
they're
on.
boring.
You don't think that somebody, if they don't
Hold on,
have
excuse
that,
me. Can you repeat that? Women don't what?
Women don't want good men because they're boring.
And women typically pick over those good men and they
no,
deal with the
not
bad guys
some.
and the
Oh, wait, hold on, hold on.
heartbreakers.
We gotta say
You
some.
What's a good
You have to
man?
say
We gotta
some
say
because
some.
Can
no.
we? What's a good
So
man?
how about this? I'll go a little further. You know,
Please.
I love to expound. When you're growing up, when you're in high school and college and all of that, you don't want the Poindexters, you don't want the nerds, you don't want the dude with the suspenders on and the glasses. You don't. You want the jock, you want the football player, you want big dick, basketball jockey. Those are the ones that you want to date. Women don't appreciate nor do they like good guys until usually they're washed the fuck up, and the guys that they really want don't want them anymore, and so then they settle for the guy with the Dockers, with the high waters on, with the Sperry boat shoes on, the one that that doesn't call it leaving a tip, but he calls it gratuity. You start to like those guys when the guys that you want start to view you for what you actually are. You have babies with the drug dealers, cop killers, football players, jockeys, and then once they discard you, now all of a sudden the same man that could never have access to you, now you marry them and date them for stability.
Because
nobody
you
likes
right.
the good guy because good guys finish what?
Last.
Every fucking time.
He's angry. He needs therapy.
He needs therapy.
Like, calm down. Bring
What
it
God, ladies?
down.
Was he right, ladies? Was he right or was he right? Let me know. Do good guys finish last? What's up? Or do they pick the wrong women? Let's go. Let's go.
I feel like it all kind of starts with your background and what you're around and what you're used to.
Okay.
So I can at least say having family from Baltimore and Philly, 9 times out of 10, I done had uncles, granddaddies that are OGs that have been in the streets, that then, they done been to jail, they done did some things when they was 21 they probably not proud of now that they in their 50s and 60s. But I can definitely say to start off is definitely what you're used to and what you see as protection from a man or stability or what is a good guy to you. If my uncles, even though I'm young, but I see them, they might be on the street or they might be doing this or they might be doing that. But when it come to me, that's my niece. So that's my family. I'm gonna protect them. I'm gonna make sure don't no dude do nothing crazy to them or treat them bad. That'll be my example of what a good guy is.
Okay.
If I'm not around the nerds and the suspender wearers and all of that, how would I know that that's what it's supposed to be if what I grew up around from an inner city is the thugs and the drug dealers, and even though they transitioned into a new life, I think that's kind of where it would start for some. But then I feel like you have some, at least for women that may have grew up in a good home with the mom and dad in the house, and they know what a man is supposed to be and da da da. But they want to test the waters. They want to see what it's like dating Tyrone instead of David. So they might want to see what Jaquan got going on versus Earl, So
Earl, that's an old ass name, Earl. Go ahead, I feel you. Okay, all right. What y'all got? Who else? What you got, Candy? What you got?
Can I jump in real quick?
Yeah. Go ahead, Bino.
All right. From what the clip was about, they're saying in high school and in college, the drug dealers and the jocks, they stand out more. So of course you're going to be more attracted to people that are more. They have a higher profile. Okay. Like the nerds have low profile, so that's why they don't. It's not because they're a nice guy. It's because they're not putting themselves out there. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of that, especially in your youth, you're more liable to be attracted to somebody that you see. If you're just walking around going from class to class to class, nobody's checking for you. But if you're in the hallways and you got a car out front, or you hoop or you play football, people see you.
Hold up. So you say you going to class to class to class doing the right thing, ain't nobody checking for you.
Exactly.
You're an obedient student. If you're an obedient student, nobody checking for your ass.
Obedience is not a virtue. It's a weakness.
Even in that video, it's like, who knows what they want in high school and like
Exactly.
we're kids, like even men or women. But I'm not trying to be funny, JB. Like some of these videos, these men sound very bitter. Like they need some
They
therapy.
do.
They need
They
to calm
do.
right.
They
Like
sound like the good
Very
guys that
upset.
finish last.
He was
yes,
definitely
like was you the kid
Mhm.
that didn't get no booty? So sorry, guy.
Mhm.
Like calm down. But yeah,
Mhm.
I've met guys that don't know what they want, and I know women that don't know what they want. This little gender thing, like women, yes, in high school we were so stupid, so dumb. So like when you get older, we're forever evolving. So then like, okay, I don't like this candy, but I like this candy, and that's.
Do we though? Because there's people in their
I really don't
20s
think
and
that.
there's people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s that still fuck with the drug dealers.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest.
It has a
Let's
lot
be
to do.
honest.
It
Let's
has
be
to.
honest.
It has a lot to do.
I stay. Listen, I might not still be in the streets, but I'm in the streets. All right.
But
So
I
we
do
all
believe
know
that
that.
a
Look
lot
at
of
Candy.
people.
Candy know.
I do believe a lot of people just do not. Men and women don't know what they want. They do not. That's why a lot of people change their spouse like they traded in a car. Like they really do not know what they want. So soon as they get out of a relationship, they like, oh, let me go trade it. Okay, I'm done. And within a year or two, they already be married. So I just don't think people know what they want, men and women.
I mean, there's a big difference between what we want and what we actually need, too.
Say it
There
again.
you go.
And what we get.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, and there was some truth to what she said earlier, like what we scientifically, what we are raised with, what we are familiar with feels safe, whatever that is, even if it's not safe. Right. So if we're accustomed to chaos and emotional dysregulation and crazy and yelling and screaming, somebody who is emotionally regulated and safe, and it feels flat, it feels boring, that's not intentional, that's what our body physiologically responds to. So we're looking at this person, we're like, I know he's a good guy because he's doing all the right things, but it doesn't feel it doesn't feel exciting. It doesn't feel like that's the person I want to lean towards. We have to condition ourselves to say, okay, how am I vetting this person? What are the things that I'm looking for? It may not feel exciting, but I have to lean into that a little bit more so I could be more rational in my decision making.
Every exciting chick I ever talked to was a problem. I don't want excitement.
But again, that's because exactly what you're saying is how it makes sense, is that we dive into those things that feel exciting because it's giving us emotional, it's regulating us emotionally because it what makes sense in the beginning, but then we learn that, oh, it's no good.
Word, yeah, like
and some people I think learn differently too. Like some people might see it and they say, I don't want that. I mean, I could use myself as an example. My parents were young when they got married and everything. It was a bad relationship. I see my dad yell at my mom, made her cry, all of that stuff. So I knew to myself, I don't want a man that's gonna make me cry or yell at me or don't know how to talk to me, because I seen what it did to my mom. I seen how my father's reactions to things made her feel. So I feel like sometimes, it's one of those things where it's like, how many times, you don't have to tell somebody to not put their hand on the hot stove before they get burnt. So
until you go through it. So it's like one of those things where some people learn by what they see and what they hear, but then some people don't. And then I also feel like the whole idea of needs and wants, me personally, I feel like I would rather be wanted than needed, because I feel like if you need somebody or something, that means it's like, I need this to survive. I need this it's almost like a drug. I need this weed. I need this liquor. I need these cigarettes. I need this dude just to be around so I can feel so good. And it's like, but no, you don't. That comes into where it's self-reflection, self-awareness, and discipline. Like, you got to know how to turn it on and turn it off. Not saying don't go out and have a good time, but know what the priority is. And I would rather feel wanted. I want you to want to come and see me. I want you to want to have dinner with me. Not like being needed. I feel like it's an obligation, and you're putting expectation on people. And I mean, I feel like you put expectation on something, it'll fail every time.
So
because it's
Take
not real.
boring with some sparks any day. I'll
So-
take boring with some sparks. Just like, oh, it's 4th of July. Those little sparks, little fireworks. Give me that any day. Shoot, let me yawn a little bit.
okay. So before Boogie, what you got, Boogie? What you got?
He quiet.
I know.
Any other
Normally
little
so.
podcast?
I was gonna
host,
say,
you
Boogie
you
tired
was
today.
running your mouth like you ain't saying
Normally
nothing.
so.
First,
Let him talk.
I'm on my second mimosa, so
Let's go.
What time is it?
But I wanted to. Sometimes you learn more by just listening first. So I wanted to hear what the ladies had to say specifically. But I want to go back to why you freaking Nate? I want to go back to something you said. You came on and said he sounds angry. He sounds mad. So I want to just give you another perspective here. What I heard was frustration, not so much anger. And here's why. You do have a swath of men who grow up not getting attention, not getting the girls, doing all the right things. So they're frustrated when later on in life, those things paid off. They're at the pinnacle, and now you want to check for them. That's what you were hearing. You were hearing his disgust over people who are now like, wait a minute, you let the drug dealer knock you up. You let this one fuck up your credit. And now I didn't cause any of these things, and you want me to come save you. You want me to make it all better. You want me to come and do all the right things and fix all the trauma and heal all the wounds that someone else fucking made. That's what you were hearing. You were hearing frustration. Now that doesn't mean that people who do things when they're younger don't have still opportunity, because everybody can find what they want as long as you do the work, evolve, and grow. But these men are expressing something that does happen, which is, wait a minute, I went and I did all the right things. All this time you didn't care, but now that you've been fucked over, now that you've been ran through, now all of a sudden you fucking know better. You don't always have that luxury to come.
Bitter because I'm saying bitter because he's holding it for things that we did not know better in high school. Like, I can see as an adult, like he said specifically high school, and of course we made the stupid. I'm not going to be held accountable for what the dumb stuff I did in high school. That's bitterness.
I'm not going to say that you should hold people accountable. Like I said, everyone can grow and evolve, but let's be real. Since we have 5 ladies up here, y'all may know women now in your age group who are not in high school doing stupid fucking shit.
Absolutely.
Y'all may know women now. Hold up, let me finish. Because I want to get off of what you did when you were young. People be fucked up and old.
True.
I mean, that's what I said.
Preach.
There are women who have lived life, gone through maybe a divorce or two, and still come out and do stupid shit. Niggas too. So I'm not putting it on age. It's mentality, and it's like being honest with yourself. Like,
and
it's also awareness, education. I mean, if you in the same place doing the same things, guess what? All that stupid shit, it makes sense because that's what everybody does.
The same results.
You have to make a choice to step outside of that and be like, what am I doing wrong?
You can't just write him off as, oh, he's bitter and angry. Maybe he's chilling and he's just
sounds bitter. He still sounds bitter.
I can understand the part of saying he's frustrated. I can understand that because I feel like even as a woman, there's certain things that women do, and I'm just like, why? Like, what? Like the whole thing of, I mean, and especially now. I've always been a 50-50 girl. You pay for me, I pay for you. You do this for me, I do this for you. I done paid for dates, I done paid for steakhouses, and it's not a problem. I feel like a lot of women, they put that expectation on a guy to be like, I've seen videos and she's mad that they're going to Cheesecake Factory. And it's like, girl, why? Like, he's paying for a meal. Like, be a little more grateful, because to me, those are the ones that get dogged out because you're not being grateful for what you're getting. And I'm a female saying this. I if I was a dude, I'd do the same thing. Girl, you can be gone, because why would I give you this little bit and you expected, if we supposed to be together for a long time, you got to start small. We ain't about to be going to Ruth Chris on the first date. Now, if you want to take me to Ruth Chris, I'm not going to say no. However, I'm real cool with some Smucker's peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on the beach. I'm cool with that too. I'm real simple.
But if a female came in there like that, sounding like that, y'all would call her bitter. Like, don't excuse him. He did. Now I understand frustration, but I'm just saying, is the generalization saying that women, it's men and women, like you said. So I want to hear what, G, Eric.
Oh, yes. I want to say something.
Yeah.
First and foremost, but they were just generalizing that women are not with good guys because they're boring. That's not the case. And at the same time, I have to agree with a lot of you when you're saying, like, when we're kids, we do not know any better, right? But we all have to take responsibilities for that because, and I talk about based on my own experience, there are these nerdy good guys always doing the right thing and all that, but they're quiet, and it doesn't mean actually, I do remember the group of friends, we do remember, and we did recognize that they were like good kids and they were good guys and they were smart, and some of them were super cute, but when you're young, you're stupid, like you're not gonna like actually really like try to like flirt with those guys necessarily, because at the same time we're shy. There was something do that. It's like Alvino said. It's like that they were not putting themselves up there. Like, hey, look at me, because they were like the way they were. I mean, some of them were really, really cute. Nerdy, smart guys, super quiet. But hey, the loud ones were the ones that we were paying attention to, and
the confident ones.
That's
attractive a lot.
Have you known adult women who still move?
Yes.
I
know adult women.
I know adult men.
Yes, I know adult women that still out here doing the same.
And adult men.
Yes, as you get older, you start to appreciate those things. And at the same time, for me, I just realized that some of those nerdy, quiet guys turn out to be like a lot of that, like a whole revolution inside them. And boy, they are freaking fun. But, I have to get this older to just to realize that you have to get to know these people better.
Well, I feel like even if you're older, you can still have fun though. Like me personally, I'm and no shade to anybody on here. I'm probably the youngest one on this call. However, I feel like I'm a big kid. If I'm dating someone, I'm the one that gets water guns, and as soon as you come in the house from work, I'm shooting you with it. I'm that one. But I think it's also a thing. but it's
now we got a domestic because you want to play.
But I also feel like, yes, there's plenty. And again, sometimes I get scared. I'm 30 years old and I be seeing women that's 40, 45, and 50. And some of the stories I hear and the things that they say, I be really scared. I pray to God that I'm not like them. Or, like you said, that want somebody to come in and save them. It's like, no, you need to save yourself. Like, because you putting all this agony and frustration now out on me, like you said, and I can agree with the guys when we say, don't have me coming to protect you. Not saying that I won't, but at least show me that you've done some of the groundwork and healing work to let me know that, okay, you trying to make a change from what you did in the past or what you wanted in the past or whatever the case may be.
Well, for the dude though, in the clip, it's like, it was personal. Like that actually happened, and now, he started working out, he started the podcast or whatever, and he's on TV, he's being seen now. And so now he's like, oh, now you want me.
But would you also look at that as the nerdy?
Like,
Would you look at that as the nerdy guy trying to now be the one that's out there now? Because if anything, now you changing yourself trying to do that, and now you done got cocky, and now
and he
it's
wants
like,
to get revenge.
yeah. So now that's
how
where
it
it
seems.
comes in exactly. So my thing is, it's like you got to be true to yourself from the get go. Don't try to do all of this now, and then you want to pop shit because. You know, I done buffed up a little bit, and I done got some more money in my pocket. So now I could dog the girls out like the drug dealers and the jocks was in school.
When women do better for themselves, lose weight, get more money, go do stuff, they're fucking celebrated and cheered on. They're not like, bitch, why are you now in a 2-piece bathing suit? You wasn't doing that before when you was big. They're not like, how come men
No, I'm not saying that goes both ways,
everybody wants to do better to get better. And if you say you're not, you fucking lying.
I just feel like humble yourself. That's at the end of the day.
That's the hardest thing.
Humble yourself, because at the end of the day, remember where you came from, and just as much as you got it, it could get taken right back.
Taken away.
Somebody can mistake somebody celebrating themselves as them not being humble.
That sounds like a personal problem.
But
you need to be confident. You need to stand 10 toes down.
I'm talking about like my brother E. He was like, yo, he worked out. Yeah, so what? He got his
I'm saying that's fine. All I'm saying,
he got this G up. So what? It works. Right. Apparently, if he's noticing now they're paying more attention to him, then he was fucking right.
That's what I'm saying. Be happy with that. Don't be mad that now they paying attention. You did the work. You put the effort in.
He's not mad. He's
sounded bitter, right?
He sounded bitter, right? They're looking for him now that didn't before. That he's like, no.
You're right.
And like a girl who's like, yo. When I was fat, they wasn't trying to fuck with me. Now I lost all this weight, and now
you ain't had confidence when you were fat.
That's happened to women.
That's the difference.
Right. Thank you.
You ain't had no confidence when you was fat.
Exactly.
That's the whole. That's
it what
difference.
it is.
But there's women who didn't have confidence when they was fat.
But that's the difference, and that's his
until they got in shape.
That's life is double video though. He didn't have confidence when he was younger, so now he got it from the gym. So now he has all this. Like he got all his chest out and all of this stuff now because he got a little confidence and stuff like that. That's the difference in his tone. He got the confidence now, so he feels like, oh yeah, I'm gonna talk my shit.
That's human nature. That's not
it is, but if you're confident, younger, whatever, like I said, like I just lost weight. It's no difference in me. I had confidence when I was fat. I had confidence when I was skinny. It's different. So when I work out now and I post pictures, my attitude is the same because my confidence has never changed. So am I going to be a bitter person or I'm that? No, I am not.
I got one question. But do you think that there are people who didn't get confidence as women until they lost the weight? Do you think that there are women who never been on Instagram and didn't show off until they lost weight?
But I feel this.
It could be the anomaly. But what is generally happen? A lot of people, yes, they become more confident when they make more money, start getting in shape.
But that was his attitude in the video.
And I feel like that. I feel like that with women too. We have to be humble as well. You know, it's not just, you know, I feel like, you know, it's just this stigma of women have to have this and do this and do this. Number one, we're natural nurturers and carers and all of that stuff, period. So our confidence levels is going to be a little different. We can handle things a little bit differently than y'all. Y'all don't have no babies coming out of y'all. That's something that us as women who are mothers can say confidently. Even if they lose weight, they gain weight, whatever, who their baby daddy is, blah, 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 blah. I feel like at the end of the day, it all just starts with you and being self-aware and being humble and showing gratitude to where it's due. Don't disrespect anybody else on the outside just because now you feel like you done got a little extra coin in your pocket and all of that. Because again, I'm a firm believer in just as much as you get all the way to the top, you got to fall down at some point. We're all going to have a crash out moment. So it's just one of those things of how do you get back to what that is.
What I'm saying is, okay, yeah, you worked up. Now you got the confidence. Of course, they're going to start to come at you. That's what you worked for. You know, be happy with that. Same way with the woman. you know, she worked out, she got then, you know, she got her confidence up. Now she's more attractive. You know, that's what's supposed to happen. You know,
I agree.
That's
and
the way.
I think his thing wasn't even confidence. It was like he wanted to be arrogant. Now that he got to the,
that's what I'm saying. He want to be arrogant now,
and
but he mad
confidence
that
aren't
didn't
the
nobody pay
same
him no
thing.
mind.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But isn't that all
look
subject to
what
like
you
the
had got.
interpretation? Isn't that all subject to who's listening? Because like just like somebody heard anger, frustration, bitterness, Boogie, you heard like just the frustration. Like everybody's perspective is going to be different. How you perceive that is always going to be different. When people meet me, I tell them like I'm very much, you either love me or you hate me. There's not a whole lot of in between. I know that. So if you're not feeling who I am or how I am, and you don't fuck with me, that's
You
okay.
can be
That don't make you a
gone.
bad person.
You
If
can
you
be
think
Maybe we
gone.
wouldn't have a show
if you think I'm arrogant or I'm not
True.
humble
No
enough
doubt.
for you, or it feels a certain way, it's okay for you to be like, yo, she's not my people. That's cool. You could be over there and you could be with your people. And that don't make you a bad person. That don't make me a bad person. We just don't run in the same circles, and that's okay.
Right.
Hey, so question. Go ahead, Candy. Go ahead, Candy.
Oh no, you good?
No. Okay, so question: can a man be too nice?
Yes. Just like a woman could be too nice.
Anybody can be too nice.
The problem with
In what
being
way?
too nice with men is that women mistake kindness for a lack of masculinity.
Thank you. Go ahead. Expand.
They look at somebody who's kind, and I mean the reality is our internal response to that, when somebody's exciting or inconsistent or doesn't call back, we get upset. It's a dopamine boost. We're looking for that pull.
Yeah, but let the dude that you said call me back at 2 actually call you back at 2.
There's no dopamine boost. That's what makes it. That's
like
what
you're
makes it
dumbass, like
boring.
you're trying too hard. Come on,
Yes.
But I will say I don't. Again, I think with your question of can a guy be too nice, I don't feel like there's ever a such thing as too nice. It's the level of nice that you know. Okay. So just like I said before, based off of like where you come from, I know, you know, with my family being from up top, the hospitality of men might be a little different than the Southern charm down from somebody in Alabama or Georgia or whatever the case may be. We a little more rough up top. So in Baltimore, dudes, females up there sometimes looking like the dudes, and they'll fight them just like one. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I think
but
that's
I know
everywhere,
me.
though.
I don't like a push. I know me though. I don't like a pushover. I want to be able to talk. You know, I'm a jokester. I talk my shit, whatever, and keep it pushing. Now, if that's too much, then okay. But I feel like too nice. I definitely feel like to an extent, some guys, yes, the too nice guys, they get effed over. I have guy friends and they tell me all the time about, I done did this for this girl and I done did that and she's still complaining. And I'll be like, bro, kick her to the curb. And I'm your sis telling you this, because at the end of the day, if somebody, period, I don't care if they're giving you $5 or $500. If I went out my way to do something for you and you ain't say thank you, I'm gonna feel some type of way.
All right, I got that. So why do so many women who say they want a good man always choose the opposite?
They get
what is your definition of good?
Yeah,
they're responding
definition
to
of
how
good?
it feels. They're not responding to what it actually is.
Say it again, man.
They're responding to how it feels and not what it is. If we were vetting for what a person did, that person that calls back when they say they're gonna call back, the person that shows up when they say they're gonna show up, we're gonna be looking at those things and saying, "Oh, this is the kind of man I want." But instead, we look at how it feels in the moment, the excitement, the good sex or meals or funny or whatever, that those type of things that increase the feeling, the intensity behind it, and not necessarily the character of the man and the things he's actually doing.
Exactly.
Sometimes people get in these relationships.
It might just be a little tip feeling.
I think a lot of times people get into these relationships and they think they're being nice, but that might not be what that person is looking for. True. You know, like that dialogue, like sometimes people get in these relationships and they do pointless acts. And that might not be an act that person is looking for, because they get into this routine of just
give me wait. Give me an example of a pointless act.
Okay, like say somebody, like if there's different love languages. So I might need a person that shows up for me. So if this person is buying me stuff, like that's cute, I appreciate that. But when this fell apart, you wasn't here. So he might be like, I bought her this, I bought her that, but that's not what I asked for.
But
that's not what
that's what
that
you
doesn't
needed.
land for you. That doesn't.
Right. It
That's
doesn't
what
land
you
for me.
needed.
So that's why I love that she said, Naya said that you have to be humble. Like
Right.
sometimes I just feel like sometimes I'm not trying to be funny because I've been on this show since we started this, but I just feel like there's this bitterness with women that you guys hold women accountable for what you don't hold your boys for. And sometimes like you guys go,
I'm not having
sometimes
sex with my boy.
Hold up. Go
no,
ahead.
no.
I want to answer that when you finish. Go ahead.
No, I mean like y'all would, like y'all will not, like no, I'm saying like you guys are not, like y'all won't say. Sometimes I feel like a man will change a wife like they change a car. But if a woman says that she's been celibate by herself for a few years, that don't look good. But you won't tell your boy that don't look good.
Saying that, she already been out there. That's not my makeup bullshit. I'm celibate now.
I feel like
this.
this. I feel like just to one of the points that he said earlier, as far as women being celebrated and stuff. I feel like the reason why, especially I always hear men say, when women are going down or sad and down, they have all their women to support them. And they have all these support groups and things like that, but men don't. But men don't.
That's true, Dave.
No, it's not.
I've met enough freaks in my life to know that they all go through some I'm celibate bullshit at some point. Stop it. Stop it. I know better. I know better.
But I also feel like sometimes the men, I feel like sometimes
I've been celibate for over 3 years now.
Oh my God. Okay, all right.
I feel like sometimes the whole fact of the matter is
by choice or by circumstance. Yeah.
Hold on, one at a time.
By choice. I've been celibate for over 3 years.
Why you make the choice though? Why?
Because what I'm looking for it is so easy to get D. Come on.
Okay.
Now. So what I'm looking for, I don't have time for the bull crap. I don't have time for the ego. I don't have time for that. What I'm looking for is they would have to. It's a different type of vibe.
It's always been easy to get D. Even when you wanted to get it, it's always been easy.
No, I'm going off of the point that you said that if she's celibate, you don't buy the celibate bull crap. She had been a hoe. No, I wasn't a hoe. I came out of a marriage and I knew what I didn't want. I know what I do want, and I will not settle again in my life. And that doesn't mean nothing about being bitter or anything. It's just that when you coming out of
plenty of sex before you started this celibate shit, right?
I had plenty of who?
Sex before you started being celibate.
Being married?
Be celibate when you're a virgin. That's the time to be celibate. Once you start fucking, all that celibate shit is bullshit.
It's not, because like sometimes you can the reason why is sometimes you can be sex kind of like blinds you. And
dopamine and oxytocin.
I think all of this is perception. It's a play on words. Like when I hear a woman say I'm celibate and I know you've had sex before, you're just not having sex right now. It's okay.
That's it.
It's all right. And then when she chooses to do it, she will. And that's okay too. It's like
people love to put adjectives on everything. But if that's my life and I use that word, that's my life and I use that word.
Yeah,
everybody
exactly.
Right. And everybody,
I think when men hear the word celibate, they automatically are like, oh, she's telling me she's never gonna have sex again.
I just don't know.
It's a challenge.
I don't want to be blinded. I don't want to be blinded by the 6-pack. I don't want to be blinded by
That's right.
Just like keep your clothes on so I can make an informed decision.
Right.
That's where
how long you been celibate? Oh yeah.
That's where you have to have strong discernment.
But I'm just saying, I don't want to be blinded, and I know sex is like she said, dopamine. I love that. Sex is great. However, I don't want to be blinded by it. I don't want to be blinded by it. So that's my word. And if somebody, you want to use a different word, that's a different word. I'm just choosing to abstain from it so that because until I'm at a different, so I have my own reasons, but it has nothing to do with, I get approached when I go out and I see the six pack and I see the muscles and stuff.
But you have discernment. That's what that is. That means that means I'm not gonna let my flesh
ask the
be
question,
weak.
please.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna let you ask question, but by the way she's smiling every time she says six pack and shit, she ain't gonna have discernment for too much longer. All right, Boogie, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna ask each one of the ladies separately and see if we get a myriad of answers or if all of y'all concur. I'm gonna start with Nye. In this world, what men are observing are a lot of Sierras out this bitch. They go get fucked over by Future. They have a good fucking time. He was the fun guy. He was the probably relatively sexy amongst women or whatever. But now she's Russell Wilson. The motherfuckers is like, oh, well, he's not really probably what her instincts of just attraction, physical, animalistic shit would have made her go get. But he
still play pro football.
But he's still playing pro football. That ain't I'm talking about on the level of swag. If you were to take just Russell Wilson and Future and take away their celebrity and let them be who they really just
neither one of them would get shit.
Wise, Mac, I'm asking the women. Let me ask the women.
I'm gonna take a break.
You can give your opinion on it, but I want to know about what people who have some estrogen flowing through. Do you think that there are a lot of people who fit that prototype of being like Sierra and doing all the fuck shit and doing all of that, and then now going and getting with some? This is what men are saying.
Yeah, I feel like your mind. First of all, your mind can change. It could be something that you wanted at first, and then you thought to yourself, maybe this is not what I thought it was supposed to be. Not trying to be funny, but Sierra from Atlanta. She'd probably been around the dreadheads and the roughnecks and all of that when she was younger, and that album my goodies and all of that. So I mean, of course she was young. She thought that's what she wanted. She wanted
Take it off Sierra. Do you feel like there are a lot of women who've done that? I used her as an example, as a metaphor for what's happening at large.
Yeah, I do feel like a lot of women have done that because again, they may have wanted that at first. But just like in her album when she had the Sierra's Prayer or whatever it was, she prayed to God for what she wanted and she received it. Maybe she wasn't saying the right prayer. Maybe she wasn't talking to the right people. But I also think people have to understand too, it's not even just the person that you want. You also have to change certain things of your lifestyle as well. If you work in a club or a strip club all night and that's the scene that you're around, 9 times out of 10, you're going to attract those guys that want to come into the club and the strip club and all that because that's all you're around. If you go to church, now I ain't saying people in the church is all holy, Satan sanctified because you got some sinners up in the church. But at the same time, I think it's also a thing like if you do start to do the work of changing your mindset and changing certain things again that you want, even the way that you speak to yourself and about yourself, there's power in the tongue. So you have to again be ready to receive what you want, because if you're not ready and you still dibbling dabbling over here, you're going to keep getting the same results. So, I mean, go ahead.
I want to give other answer, but to that, I just want to say before I go, I'm gonna go to Amanda next. That was the frustration that you heard from the gentleman, because everyone ain't gonna be able to do what Sierra did. Some of these women are not Sierra level of whatever it is in men's eyes, and I'm just using her as an example. Some of them want to have Sierra results and expect that they could do it too. Everyone can't fucking do that. Russell. Amanda, you're up.
I think there's several reasons to how that occurs. I mean, one is just maturity. Like we grow up. You grow up and you start to see what works and what doesn't. I mean, healing teaches us what we should and shouldn't have, what's good, what's not good. we confuse like a lot of intensity with love. Like the excitement, we confuse it with love. We have to learn what love is, what we really want. I mean, I could speak for myself and my own personal understanding of it. Like I was born in the Bronx. Like my family, my friends, like
BX.
The corner boy was like protecting our neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would be like, wait, let grandma and the little girl cross the street. In some way, you respect and admire that person until you realize what they really do. And you're like, yeah, I don't want that guy to be my husband.
Until you realize they got a body.
Yeah, but like at 16, 17, 18, the dope boy is husband material. He can take care of you. He can protect you. He the things that you think are what you want for the rest of your life until you realize that's not what you want. And then I got married, and I got married to the good guy. I got married to a military dude who I thought was going to be stable, and I was in the military and it was going to work. And guess what? He hurt me in other ways. So then I'm like, oh, now I got to look out for this too. And eventually there's this slow progression of the things that are healthier and just smarter choices versus what's familiar and what's happened in our experience. And it's a constant evolution. That's why you see women who are 30, 40, 50 still making stupid choices. Because obviously you ain't got that lesson enough in your life yet, or it just takes you a little longer to get the point. And some women just do take a little longer. They try to rationalize that shit in their head.
And just a side note too, people are good at faking. People are good at wearing masks, but they got to remember the mask eventually slips off. So that's another thing. I know people that can fake for 5, 10 years.
And you be like, yeah. You always put your best foot forward. You meet the representative.
You're always going to show the good one, but it's going to eventually
that energy runs out. Eventually we stop doing certain things. Eventually we don't have the energy to do those things anymore.
Eventually, which means you picked a nice guy last. They finish.
But they don't always
get around to that.
If you're a woman who learned her lesson earlier in life, then you go like, wait, the excitement and all the shit I was looking at before really isn't excitement. It's just trouble.
Right. So the show was do nice guys finish last.
Yeah.
I think
but if
I'm answering just that question, it depends on how it's perspective. Because to me, I could tell you this. The guy that gets me today is way better off than the guy that would have got me 20 years ago. But the good guy that was looking at me 20 years ago, maybe I didn't pay attention to him because he was boring. He wouldn't have wanted me then anyway. That poor guy would not have wanted me then.
Being real.
The version of me he gets today is gonna be way better off. The woman I am today is gonna actually pay respect and value to the good things about him.
Would you agree that there's some people who didn't have to go through that hard lesson and learn from other people's lessons, and that nice guy could just pick their ass, who was able to learn from someone else's mistakes?
For sure.
All right.
Candy,
or G,
what y'all got?
What?
Candy G, what y'all got?
First and foremost, who is Sierra? Candy, who's there? Candy, you go.
You can go.
Explaining to do. Like, I don't know who Sierra is.
Keep looking up.
I don't know who Sierra is. I don't know what she did. I don't know.
Singer, dancer, you go. Sierra, and she married Russell. What's his name? Russell Wilson. Yeah. He's a football player.
So for me, I can speak for myself. Like, I married the good guy, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? But like Amanda said, like, he hurt me in different ways. You know what I'm saying? It won't what everybody would think. I let the world think what they want to think. I'm the bad one in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't good enough for him. That's what everybody said. And I'm like, I don't know about that for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only one that know him. Yeah. But I get the bad one. I'm gonna let y'all think what the fuck y'all want to think. I'm gonna let y'all have it. I know what.
Don't you hate that though?
Yeah, absolutely.
But Andy, do you think a lot of women are like Sierra and think they're gonna get a second shot and fuck off
Yeah, but see, that's my whole thing. What you were saying, that Sierra, like, why do it have to be a thing that she fucked off? Like, why couldn't it have been a thing that she was in love with? We don't. At the end of the day, we don't. And I know this is an example, but we don't know what Future was doing behind the scenes. He probably was getting bouquets of flowers for her and doing all this lovey-dovey stuff. But when he want to put on his music, he want to freak hoe, drop that ass, make your knees touch your elbows. So I mean, it's one of them things where it's like, yeah, that might have been his music and stuff, but he could have been the guy that was, but he was okay, so perfect. I'm happy you said that, because now we about to dig deep into it. So is she supposed to judge him because he has 3 or 5 baby mamas? But you wouldn't want somebody to do that to you if you felt like you made a mistake. But you would think to yourself, and I'm not saying people who have children with people young stupid is a mistake. No child is a mistake. However, if they felt like if she felt like Future was maybe changing for her, and again, maybe that was a mask he was putting on. He probably was buying rose petals and having the bath on and all of that. And then when his mask,
I have a question. This is right here with me. I'm gonna buy the fucking mask. If I was fucking Sierra at that time and I'm in Vegas,
Boogie, were you the nice guy?
People gonna fuck me over.
Boogie, were you the nice guy? Were you the nice guy? I feel like you were the nice guy.
Was I? When?
Were you the nice guy?
No.
Yes. You get a little hot tempered over there. Stop drinking.
Hey, if you were the nice guy.
Was I nice guy?
Down. Put the mimosa down.
My crew. I'm talking about people who know me 30 years. Was I the nice guy?
Hell no.
Nah, I wouldn't call you the nice guy. You were the good guy.
Asking.
I don't even want you
the nicest guy out of the 3 of them.
The fucking front. Joe's known
it gotta be a nice one out of the 3.
I'm only asking because you seem frustrated too.
Tell me he was nice.
Because I am frustrated. Because I like things to be logical. So what you make know,
and that's all y'all men think about. Men only think about logic.
That's not true.
That's not true either.
No, this is what I don't like. I don't like that. Like, I never found out what I didn't like until I was in it, and I learned the lesson instead of being
that's
bitter.
what I'm saying. It takes time.
It takes time, and I just feel like that I've seen women do the same thing and choose the same thing over, and I've seen a lot of men. They can have the same situation. I know men that have to. So my thing is, I don't get bitter or sound passionate like that over preference. If that is that girl's preference, why are you mad? And then what I've learned is
I'm being mad that you don't like you.
Just like Candace said, Candace said, I find that men are very protective over their image. And you never know how they are like behind closed doors. And I'm just telling you, there are a lot of things y'all might want. There are a lot of. I'm not trying to be funny though.
You're right. Go ahead.
There are a lot of things that I've learned about men that I've witnessed, that the image that they project to people is nothing like how
what they are when they at home. When they at home.
Exactly. I would tell, and final, I would say. No, wait. Finally, I would say that a lot of times that I have heard, and I'm not gonna blow it up or talk about my family because I don't like doing that outer. But I have found that by the time I talk to the female, what they present to us is nothing. They could be verbally abusive, mentally abusive, cheating all the time. They could have a lot of issues that women, for some reason, deal with, but the image that they project, the hey neighbor, how you do, it's not who they are. And I'll take the hit on it because I got the same thing from Candace when my marriage, where people was like, oh, Shanae's alive, Shanae's, y'all have no idea.
Yeah, I get it. Hey, Calbino and G, and then we're gonna play the next clip. Calbino, what you got?
All right, here's what I got.
And Eric too.
I gotta go.
All right. Mine is gonna be quick. I'm fucked up and I'm exactly the way I seem I am. I don't put no image. You either like that shit or you don't like that shit. And I'm good either way.
That's right.
I'm with it.
That's the
Me
ultimate.
too.
I'm with
Me
it.
Get what you get.
And to back up what Cal said, I could definitely say that I feel like as a woman, we would probably respect that more, that you actually being true about you being effed up. Because now I have the choice, because I feel like a lot of guys, y'all try to make the decision for women by putting on this mask. You don't give us the choice to actually choose whether we want to be with you. It's like, oh, I see that she like this. I see that she like this. So let me get this. Because then it's going to turn her on versus, but that's not how you really are. So then you get mad when the female start. I'm not saying both, but that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, I think more men do that as if they like, oh, she like nice things. So let me go get her nice things. When you know daggone well you don't want to buy that girl no $1,000 Louis Vuitton bag. You want to get her shit from TJ Maxx and at TJ Maxx for $59.99, even though it's the same bag, but she wanted out at Neiman Marcus instead of damn Burlington. I'm just saying. So I do feel like, with that being said, I can respect Cal for saying I'm fucked up, and hey, this is what you get, because you do have the women that'll say, I know my man fucked up, but hey, at least he was honest about it when we first met, versus I've been with him for 5 years and nigga was getting me flowers and puppies and teddy bears and all of this. Now he giving me his ass to kiss. You can be gone.
I completely agree. Catch me to stop. Hey, Eric, what you got? Eric, what you got?
Believe that shit. Think they can change it too.
Hold on real quick. Eric, what you got? Eric, what you got?
I don't think there's anything wrong with leveling up. You grow, your taste change, you know, you want different things. And there's nothing wrong. Russell Wilson did the same thing. He was about to marry some girl, and then
you see
he rose to a status where he could actually command Ciara, and he left that girl by the side. But all I'm saying, there's nothing wrong with it.
A different take
you
on
can
that.
level up.
You wouldn't want to fuck with Ciara.
Huh?
After Future, there's another take on when you hit that echelon of motherfucker where they're like, no, I'm not fucking after Future, and I don't want to be with Ciara. Russell Wilson, he felt happy to be with Ciara
because he leveled up, because he had a regular bitch.
If you was Russell Wilson, that's how you would have rocked out, man.
I'm not Russell Wilson.
Great. Hey, I gotta run, guys.
Nobody else choose.
I appreciate y'all. I'll check y'all next time. All right, be good.
Peace. Hey, listen. I'm about to play this next clip.
What defines being a nice guy versus being a good man?
Oh, I can't stand nice guys.
What?
Can't.
What's the difference?
They're people pleasers to me. When I hear nice guy, and remember, you have to remember how I associate to the word nice. Nice means you want to make other people happy. Nice means you are walked over easily. I feel like nice guys finish last because they're always putting everyone else before them. Whereas a good man,
he stands 10 toes down.
He stands 10 toes down.
Yeah.
I respect a good man. I don't necessarily respect a nice guy. They gonna come for me on that one.
I can agree with that, because I can't stand no pushover. Don't let me talk to you any type of way, because if I feel like I could do that, then I ain't even gonna respect you from that. Because my thing is, when I'm not around, somebody got to hold the fort down. And if I know that you could just let anybody say anything to you and you're gonna be gullible and fall into it, I don't even want that, because I'm not that type of girl. If my dude ain't around, he need to know that he got a strong woman in the backbone, and she could speak the same talk that he speak. So at the end of the day, I don't want nobody that I could just talk down to and crazy to. And even certain things like, and I've never been raised this way, but I can't stand when females call dudes or men out their name. It drives me crazy. I don't like when females call dudes bitches and pussies and all of that. I can't. I just feel like, number one, it's degrading. I'm not saying men don't do it, but I've seen women get so angry and they calling them all types of stuff, and I'm not either way is not right. But I can't do no pushover. I can't ever. No.
True. I get you. What else? Who else got something?
I think the underlying thought process between how it kind of goes back to what I said earlier with the masculinity things. I think one we would look at like as driven by fear, and the other integrity. Like a nice guy is going to be the guy who's like people pleasing, avoiding conflicts, trying to apologize even when he doesn't need to. That's just how I think when we hear the nice guy versus the good guy or the good man, we're looking at it differently. You know, a good man, we're looking at somebody who's communicating clearly, who's resolving the conflict, who is standing on truth. You know, like that's the type of dude that we're looking at. Like, he's a good man. I'm not saying none of those things are totally related to partnership or relationships, because a good man could be a good man and not be marriage material.
Right.
I mean, it just depends on the person and what you want. Like Nay was saying earlier, it's what you want, what works for you, love language, how this person integrates into my life. Is that the type of man I want? The person who is doing certain things that work for me? Because the good man might be a good man that just doesn't integrate with me well, but he could still be a good man.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
It's just like that nice guy. Sounds like those cases where you see this like this Hasina. Those cases where like that woman in the relationship is the hard worker, the one that provides for the family and stops working. She comes home and she takes care of the kids and the husband and the house and everything. And then people who was like, yeah, but were you with a guy though that he's not even, he had been out of the job for 3-4 months, always coming out home with excuses, not to help and not to provide another. But he's a nice guy. You kind of remind me of that thing.
He don't do shit.
Honestly, he's a nice guy who ain't worth nothing.
Yes, I have to agree with that girl. I mean, and it's not to sound mean, but we do prefer the good guy, because the good guy is the one that is gonna be there for you and it's gonna be like partnering with you to take care of everyday life things, and not necessarily has to be nice about everything. He's just gonna give it to you straight.
Exactly. A good man is gonna stand on being a good man regardless of whether or not it's nice.
Yes, and Calvino, and just since I didn't have a chance to say one more thing on the last topic, but that's the way as a mature woman, I think, and I can't speak for a lot of mature women, it's like we do prefer the guy like you, the one to give it to you straight. This is how I am. I'm fucked up. If something's wrong with me. Sometimes some days I'm good, some days I'm not, but this is how we like it. That's what we want, not what we need.
I think
that's
for
the
women,
way
we
want it.
We don't like it. For women, I don't think we don't like the fake. And it's just like I said, if you could give it to me straight and you telling me, yo, this is what I do. If you want to live this lifestyle with me, you could do that. But if not, and you can't handle me in my mouth, I mean, if you ain't gonna change, then that's it. Now you're giving me that choice to either walk away or stay. Versus you trying to again fake in front, like, oh, this is what she wants. Well, I didn't ask for that, because then I know a lot of people too that'll try to take their niceness and things they done for them and then throw it in their face. Like, well, I did this for you. Well, now you're making me look at it as if you were obligated to do that. Was that really genuine? Were you genuinely doing that for me? Or was it just something that you thought was going to make me move the way you wanted me to move? Because now it's going to be a clash with that as well. Like, you can't be giving me all of this stuff and then expecting something. Like, if I want to get you, treat you, do something for you, let me do it on my time in accordance in which I think it is. If you feel like it's not fast enough, again, you can go your own separate way. We grown here. I don't have no leash on you. It ain't nothing like that. But I do feel like, yes, I can definitely respect Cal on that sense of saying, hey, I'm fucked up. This is what it is. I'm trying to get my stuff together. If you willing to ride, you willing to ride. If you ain't, that's cool too. Be blessed.
Yeah, don't take a woman's options away. Calvin, what you got? And then Candace, what up?
All right. What I got is I totally agree with her, because like I said, there's a difference between being nice and good. I'm nice, I'm good, but I'm not nice. If I gotta sock you in the eye, I'll sock you in the eye, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it later.
That's right, Cal. You better tell him. Punch him right in the face.
So
talk crazy.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna be so nice where I'm gonna avoid confrontation. And like I said, the answer G, that doesn't always work for me. Ray know me. I say shit that people don't want to hear sometimes. And it all depends.
Cal, what's your sign?
Huh?
What's your sign?
Oh, like astrology? Scorpio.
Oh, that's why. Y'all sneaky.
Yo, Mac, how long have I known you?
Y'all sneaky.
35 years.
All right, we've all established that we agree, and all the women agree that, hey, give it to me straight. Tell them how you really are. Be upfront. Be like, yo, I'm fucked up. I got issues. You still want to fuck with me? At least I'm being upfront, full disclosure. Now, with all that being said, how many of them tried to change your shit, even though they said they was rocking and they understood? How many of them come to you and be like, you know, but I thought it'd be different for me.
And I can agree. I can agree with that. And that's how you get your feelings hurt, by trying to change somebody that don't want to be changed. You hurt your own feelings by doing that.
But that's why. So what percentage, Matt? Because that's what women like. What percentage tried? What percentage? I just want to see. You know, I think they really mean it when they say give it to me like that, or does it later on become? Well, I didn't know you really meant that shit.
You didn't know what you really wanted.
I didn't know you really was gonna fucking.
You did not know what you wanted then.
Exactly, and that's her fault.
Are they being honest and realistic when they say, "Yeah, I can take it"?
Here's the thing.
No, you have some women that really do act like they have tough skin, and they don't have tough skin.
All right. Here's the thing. That's part of my selection process, though, because obviously I know how to pick the ones that can handle it. The ones that can't handle it are fly by night. They're gone.
The ones you thought to handle it didn't try to change it?
Nah, because they know, if you know me, you know me. You're not gonna change me from doing shit. If I don't want to do something, I'm gonna tell you I'm not gonna do it, and I mean it. And it's not. I'm not gonna change my mind.
Like, you're not gonna move me. I don't care about your opinion or feelings.
Yeah, well, I care, but it's not gonna change what I do.
Right. You don't care to that extent.
Exactly. I don't care to the point where, you know what, I got to be different now. It's like, listen, but I'm not so rigid that I can't, adapt. You know what I'm saying? You have to be fluid.
I'll say though, sometimes I feel like it's not even that. I feel like it's also important to put yourself in the other person's shoes. And having a thing where it's like, okay, you did this to me. I'm not saying that. I'm saying as far as, if somebody do something that you feel like is disloyal or dishonesty, and you did that to them, and imagine if they did that to you, and you be like, okay,
disloyal and dishonest is a character trait, and that's not going to change.
No.
I'm not playing like that.
I'm not saying that you would. I'm just saying when people do things like that and expect the person to just for you, yes. But I'm saying sometimes for other people will fuck them over or whatever, and they try to play the forgiveness card. But it's one of them things where it's like, you have to put yourself in my shoes. Now, if I did that to you, it would be World War X. So why would you feel like that would be cool for you? Why would you feel like it would be cool for you to throw me under the bus and do that when you know daggone well I don't rock like that? And then you also know that you wouldn't want me to do that to you. So I think a lot of times too, people don't put themselves in other people's shoes.
I mean, I think we just have to be aware of who people are, because we're all different. Like, something that I could deal with, the person I'm dealing with may not take too kindly to those things, and we just have to find our balance. But I think a man being tough on me or sticking with, like how you were saying, Boogie, like, people can say, like, I can take it in the beginning, and then when it progresses on further, they're like, wait, don't talk to me like that, or don't deal with me like that because I'm your girl now and it's different. I think sometimes people don't pay attention to how that process evolves. Like, I can deal with somebody being tough on me, but I don't want you to be dismissive or controlling or belittling or overly critical.
That's
but
right.
I expect you to stand firm on what you believe. I expect you to hold boundaries if they're
talk to me nice. Talk to me nice. Even if you want to say something in a way.
Me accountable, yes. But you don't have to be belittling. You don't have to call names. You don't have to be cold and dismissive. And I think that sometimes men, when they're not emotionally mature, they don't see the difference. Like, it go, they just
Jesus, that girl emotional. I was waiting for somebody to say it.
All of it together.
Men, when y'all are upset, that emotional awareness goes out the window. Y'all do not give a damn. I'm not even trying to be funny. And I just said this to somebody the other day. I said, when men, see, that's the thing too. We deal with heartbreak different. See, women, we can forgive and forgive and forgive and forgive and forgive. Men, y'all get your heart broke at 13 years old, and the women for the next 50 years got to deal with that heartbreak from 13 years old, and you be like, well, damn, it was 13. You was at 13. Like, you didn't. But I feel like when y'all get your heart broke, that first heartbreak for men is like killer. And y'all don't know how to bounce back from that.
I defend men when it comes to stuff like that.
No, I definitely I do.
That men,
please defend us, Amanda.
I do defend it.
So
but
I'll
at
say
the
this
same
when it
time,
comes
it's
to
like
that.
you gotta also have that spirit.
I say men, the easiest way to put that is like I think men love more authentically than women. Because women are nurturers. It comes naturally. I think men have to go through much more of a process to say, I love this woman and I'm committed.
But I think it also depends on your background and where you come from. If you have a mother that wasn't in your life or was abusive to you, that's how you're going to look at women. Like, this is my mom. This is supposed to be the first love of my life as a woman, and she's treating me wrong.
We're programmed from childhood.
I didn't grow up with my mother, and I haven't held any other women accountable for what my mother did.
No,
because I don't look. Let me finish.
Yeah,
I don't look at every woman to be my mother. You know what I'm saying? That's not the job that I have available for you. So I don't hold my mother. I lived maybe 4 years of my life with my mother, and she just died a few years ago. So I disagree with that. It's
I feel like with that though, I feel like. And I hear what you're saying and respect it, but I feel like when it comes to that, though, I do think that there's a different sense and level of available love. And what I mean by that is you're saying that you've only lived with your mother for 4 years or so out of your life. Maybe that's why certain emotional awareness is where you have that fuck it, I don't give a fuck attitude. Because I feel like I
totally give a fuck. I'm just not going to put up with a bunch of shit. I totally give a fuck. But I'm not going to go the distance and go over it. I don't like the cycle.
Right.
We got to come to some stop signs. We got to come to some dead ends. We get somewhere, we got to get to a dead end, and then we'll deal with something else. But if we're doing the same thing over again, I have zero patience for that. Zero.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Yeah, I got that
for a minute.
I gotta jump off, y'all. But
okay.
It was nice talking to y'all, and keep me posted on the next one for next week. Okay.
All right, I got you.
Have a good one.
You too. Peace.
The part that y'all were talking about when you brought up emotional maturity, I think people like me and Mac, who we've known each other a long time, very blunt, always been able to be honest with each other. We've learned also that it's not that we have changed as much. We just turn that shit on only when absolutely necessary. Most of the time, I'm super opinionated and don't give my opinion to most motherfuckers. I'm very opinionated, and most of the time I have nothing at all to say in real life. I'm on this right now and saying it because that's
a platform for giving your
that's what you signed up to do. But in general, I don't give a fuck what anyone else is doing.
Yes, me too. Like I do this now, but when I'm off, when I'm done, I give several fucks about what people say, about the labels, about whatever they say about my life. Because real talk, I don't talk to nobody.
Now,
you know what I'm saying? So how do you know? So
I wasn't. Me and Mac weren't always like that. When we were in our 20s running around the state, we might get into it just at the fucking bar debating a motherfucker about any goddamn thing or wherever we are. You know what I'm saying? Whereas now it's like you learn when you become more
like mature. I'd be in the dorms arguing about 5%ers for like 6 hours. We argued about that shit till the sun came up. Because I was like, it's bullshit. And they were like, no, God this. I was like, yo, we argued for 6 hours about this.
So that also corresponds with like when you get into the romantic type of relationships later on in life. You're like, you know what? You got it.
It's not worth it.
I'm gonna let this go.
All that arguing and going back and forth.
100,000 foot view. Is this worth my weekend? No.
But I think that when you get into it, I think that when you do get into it, if more people was honest about what they are and what they aren't going to do, people wouldn't be wasting time. Because I personally wouldn't want somebody that be like, I'm not changing shit. Because I would not be with someone that's like that. But it's good to know that ahead of time, because I don't feel like every part of me is good. So there might be areas that I do need to change in while I'm with this particular person. But the core of me, I will not change. There's certain things like I don't eat meat. So I would not be with a carnivore like that. I would not be with a person that loves meat and he's not going to change that. But what if, there's certain particularities that I have to be open to, or be by yourself. So that's how I feel. I feel like that that sometimes when it comes to because men have more options, they love to say, I'm not changing shit. Because y'all know that y'all can get another person, versus when a woman says that it's deemed something else. But I don't want to, just to go off the first video and the last one, it is good and refreshing for someone to tell you who they are, so you can know whether or not to move different, how to move. How at the same time though, I think that a lot of men get so beside themselves, just like your example of Sierra. Most people aren't Russell. So although there's nothing wrong with Sierra changing her preference. There's nothing wrong with her saying, okay, I tried this guy, I tried that guy, and that's not what I want. But we still don't know how Russell really is. I know a lot of women lie about the person that they're with. And later on, once their relationship ends, then it's all this stuff with the confessions where, oh, he was abusive. Oh, I didn't like the way he talked to me, but in the image he does that. Because even they did, even the girl, that's why I'm not envious of anybody's relationship. I don't believe half the stuff that people say, especially even if she says that she prayed for it, because then later on, so there's two different examples of what I said, and then I'm done. So there was the girl, oh my gosh, the two girls, they could sing really beautiful. Her name is she signed with Beyonce Records.
Chloe and Haley.
Yes, so she's with that guy what's his name?
DDG.
Thank you. She's with him, and then later on, and he never lied to her about what he was. He needs to be public. And then as soon as things started going astray, she's talked publicly about and started saying these things about him. And so did Kiki. When things started going astray, she was like, oh, I was in an abusive relationship. But before, she was like, oh, he's so great. He's so great. So I just feel like people are dishonest, and image is important to a lot of people. And they love to put this perfect image of what it is. And even Kim did that with Kanye, which I wasn't buying, because nobody with mental health issue could be that great. So when she kept saying, oh, he bought me this, I was like, yeah, she's going to settle with that. And she did. And then she dealt with the confession of how it was a lie. It was a lie. So I don't believe that. She's a lie. And so is Kanye. So, but she walked into it knowing that. And that's what she signed up. So she should shut her face and know that she did. And she had multiple babies. So she didn't stop at 1, 2, 3, or 4. Yes. No. So I don't believe what people show. People love to try to portray like they have the perfect relationship, and they don't. It's all lies.
I agree with that. Candy and G, what y'all got?
Same thing. But you know what? It's like, to talk about this last subject, and like the last thing I'm going to say. It's just like, yeah, we do. I think everybody wants that good person. When it comes to nice between good, I have to agree with our girl, which is rather the good. And it's something I wanted to say earlier, like good, like when women start looking for that, the good guy, it's hard to generalize, because what means good guy for one person might not be the same for another one. So that's why the importance on really getting to know somebody. And having now, as like I said before, as a mature person, I just rather to have a guy come forward and tell me, hey, this is who I am, this is how I am, and I'm not willing to change. Or maybe, see if the type of person that at least is proving and showing to you that he wants to be a better person every and each day. Because honestly, I have met guys that have come out forward and say, "God, this is how I am, and this is who I am, and I'm not gonna change." Okay, cool, that's fine. I just rather to have the guy that really is who he is, and get to know him better instead of jumping into a relationship. I guess this is why I've been by myself for so long.
I get it. Candy, what you got, Candy?
I agree with the video.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want a nice guy. Nice guys are the walkovers or whatever. I've had the nice guy. But nice guy to me is kind of like, but can you protect me though? Because if I got to call my brother to protect me and my kids, I don't need you. What I need you for? Yeah. But that's the nice guy. The nice guy probably going to be that one, let's just get out of here. Or, you know what I'm saying? They're going to let the disrespect go or whatever. So that part gets the nice guys to finish last because you still have a job to do, even if you're going to be the man in the situation. You can be a nice guy, but can you be protected?
True.
You got to be a protector. That's what a woman looking for. So sometimes the nice guys finishing last, you put yourself last because if you can't protect her, don't be mad that she don't want to be with you. So you got to look at what you doing wrong in the situation. You know what I'm saying? If you can't stand 10 toes on it, nah. Yeah, you want a good guy. Of course we want a good guy that's going to stand up and tell us what's wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm doing something wrong, say that. And like Cal said, yeah, tell me if you're an asshole. If you're an asshole, say that. Because I can be an asshole at times too.
I'm not an asshole.
But I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you say you fucked up, but I'm just saying, I'm using asshole as a word.
Oh, okay.
If you an asshole, say you asshole. Maybe I like your type of asshole.
I think Calvino's an asshole.
I'm an asshole. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But I'm just saying, if you're an asshole, just be forthcoming with that at the beginning. I might like your type of asshole. But don't be that. Don't try to be a nice guy from the beginning and know you're an asshole. That's gonna show at some point in time.
And then become an asshole because now you look like a liar.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm the type that like I'm a coach and I'm a helping PE teacher. So I'm around all men. Right. So I tell a man when I talk to him, like, you got to be able to deal with me being around all men all the time. I might not be talking about shit, but sports. But you got to be able to handle that. If you can't handle that, you can't handle me because that's who I talk to 90% of the time because that's who I'm around all the time. I can't help that. That's my job. You know what I'm saying? But most men can't handle that either. And they're like, oh, I can handle that. No, you can't.
Nah, they can't.
No, because as soon as you start talking to them, what you laughing for? Yeah. We was talking about kids being assholes. Like, what you mean? You won't talk about shit. But you know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to handle that too. But I agree with the video.
No doubt. So final thoughts on this. You can just be a yes or no question. Do nice guys really finish last? Do nice guys?
I'll go because I'm about to cut out.
You can expand if you want to, or you can just say yes or no. What's up, Calvino? Go.
Nice guys definitely finish last, not just in relationships, but in life. Because you end up getting trampled. I mean, you have to be good, but you don't have to be nice. Now, me personally, I love a nice woman. You can't have. We're not gonna coexist well with me,
y'all. But hey, it shouldn't be that way. We shouldn't be that way because we're always going to need that one person that is gonna call you out. Like,
you gotta call me out.
Goodness for that. We all need that someone. And as I get older, I do feel like as we are older, we do need that good person that is going to be straight and honest to you. And when you're being stupid, it's going to call you on it because you need someone to tell you, hey, you're being stupid. Hey, you're...
Totally agree.
Yeah. So.
But you better be right. If you call me stupid, you better be right. I better hear what you say and go, you know what? I was stupid. But if I don't think I was stupid, we got a problem. But yeah, nice guys finish last. I'd rather be LL Cool J said it best. I'd rather be good than nice. I enjoyed y'all again this week. Everybody take care.
Holla. Easy. What's y'all final thoughts? What you got, Amanda? Nice guys really finish last. Yes or no? You can expand if you want. Let me know.
Yeah, nice guys finish last. And like I said, it's all based on perspective and what you think nice is. Like what our definition of that is. But if you go with the definition of like the people pleaser and the pusher, that's not what anyone wants. That's not. I want a man to be steady and to be tough and to stand on stand on what he believes in. So you can be, you got to be a good man, a good person, but I don't want you to be nice all the time.
So
I need you to be you.
So I agree with Amanda.
Cool. What you got, Nate?
Yeah, he gotta have multiple personalities with that. He gotta be nice, he gotta be good, and he gotta be rough. I want all of that. I want you to be like, yo, chill.
You gotta be well-rounded.
Right. Yes. Like, cause he needs to check me like, yo, chill.
Yeah, he gotta be adaptable. Like, I can't babysit you. I can't tell you when you gotta be a man and be tough.
Y'all out here babysitting? Y'all babysitting?
Yeah, he did a lot, but I want all of that. And I feel like nice guys don't finish last. I just feel like there's a difference between me. I personally feel like there's a difference between being nice and a pushover and a fake. So I want a nice, good, rough, like check me type guy. So
somebody who can move and groove like water.
Yeah. Can I say something? Like, it's just not to make clear that it's not like wanting to make it sound like a mean thing. Nice guys do finish last, not necessarily like because they're not like all the time like bad guys at the end, like they're being fake or they just being. I'm just thinking about the other side. That sometimes when guys are just nice, and they don't, get to be awakened about like that part of their personality. I'm just thinking about like people will step over them and they hurt them, like they get hurt. They can be nice, all the time. I know for sure I don't want a nice guy. I want nice good guy. But I'm thinking about like people take advantage of these people that is always nice, because not all of them are just trying to be mean or fake or trying to present themselves like something they're not. I'm thinking about like being nice is not a bad thing. It's just it's not that they're not good enough or bad. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel for them, because there's a lot of people there that take advantage also of the nice people. And they have
feel for them all. That's Boogie, what you got? Do nice guys really finish last? What you got?
Hell yeah, they finish last. But I'll say that nice and good, I like how everyone made that differentiation. I want to swap out the word that with being honest, because if you just are honest about who you are, what you want, what your expectation is, then you put everything out there. And if they didn't hear you, then that's on them. Also be more inquisitive with people about what they want, because sometimes women don't come out and say everything they want, neither do men. You gotta ask probing questions when you about to be in a committed relationship. When we're just looking to fuck or hang out or date, we don't care. We're not gonna go that deep. But if you're talking about marriage, especially, you need to ask everything.
Yeah, right about that. You right. All right. Well, hey, listen, I truly believe there's a difference between a nice guy and a good dude. Nice guys, pushovers. You know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody really likes a pushover. I've been around for a long time, and I used to always hear women say stuff like, if someone's outside wilding or somebody's knocking at the door crazy, some men look at them like, hey, yo, you gonna go get the door? So I don't understand that. I really don't. I don't know them type of dudes. I don't keep them type of dudes in my circle. So I don't know. I don't think nobody would want to push over like that. So
I want to ask one question, because I like this thing that Candy said. Now I wonder, you're right. You want someone who's going to protect you and know that when you moving about, you don't have to worry about if they're going to step up, and have the discernment to know when it's time to crash out and when it's time to just say, hey, let's try to de-escalate. There's a fine line sometimes, though, where some women, because they know they got that guy who will crash out, they'll get his ass killed.
Oh, for sure. Not that person.
Because they know he will crash out. And then they position him in a situation where he has to overdo it.
For sure. I'm never that person. You ain't got to worry about that with me.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't calling my brother if it's a situation that I feel like it's a crash out. I'm not calling nobody I love if it's a crash out situation. I'm not putting nobody in no situation like that.
Well,
they do
really,
do it.
really, that's when you know you picked the right dude, because you picked the right dude. He gonna come up and tell you to chill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He ain't gonna just wild because you say he no pit bull. Get him. Right. He gonna be like, nah, hold up, fuck going on, shorty.
Well, yeah, but you know that there's some women who will.
But there's some women. I get it.
Because he didn't crash out.
Yeah, you're right.
They will use that against him because he was smart enough to say, nah, this is not to the level to crash out over.
Trust me, I ain't saying for that reason.
Yeah.
Trust me, I ain't doing that.
You gotta stay away from them type dudes. Like what happened up in Hampton? The dude gave his girl a compliment on her tattoos, and the dude shot him in the face, killed him. Boom. Right. Yeah, that's just too that you too crazy, man. She's out here wilding out, your ass in jail, idiot. Yeah. Anyway, she on with the next. Anyway, yo, great show. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody from watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.